This is the tornado tube. You'll need 2 bottles and then the connector, which looks like this. There's a hole in the middle to make a vortex, which we'll talk about in a second. So, as you can see, we have water with some glitter. And how come it's not flowing from the top to the bottom bottle? Well, it's because the water needs somewhere to go. And this does look empty, but air is actually occupying the space. So, in order to get the water from the top bottle to the lower bottle, we need to create a vortex. And to do that, you just give it a little spin. And now, a vortex is a type of motion that causes liquid to travel in spirals around a center line. So think of a draining bathtub. So the vortex is pulling the water from the top bottle down to the bottom bottle and pushing the air from the bottom bottle to the top bottle. Cool. And now let's watch it one more time. In this experiment, we've replaced the water with vegetable oil, and we're still using our tornado tube. So, what we're going to do is add a few drops of food coloring to the vegetable oil. Notice how it's not mixing together. And some green. So those colors are just floating in the vegetable oil. How come it doesn't mix? Now we'll put on our tornado tube, try and create our vortex. How come it won't create a vortex? See all the specks of color just floating inside. No vortex. So, the food coloring doesn't dissolve in the oil because it's water-based, and water and oil don't mix. And we can't create a vortex because the oil is too thick. It'll still go through though. Now, we're going to add some water to see what happens. Alright, now we're going to add the water. Let's watch what happens to the food coloring in the oil when the water is added. Eventually the water should mix with all the food coloring and fall to the bottom of the bottle. Okay, so another fun thing that you can do, you'll be getting a bag of styrofoam beads. These are beads that you can find in bean bags or like Beanie Babies. It's just another way to show how the tornado tube works, or the cyclone tube. So first thing I'm going to do is add some blue food coloring to the water. Let's mix that around a little bit. Try and create a vortex. Okay, now a funnel. We'll add our styrofoam beads, or we could call it snow if you wanted. Looks good. Cyclone tube. Other bottle. Now let's try and create that vortex again and see what happens. when the beads are sticking to the side. That is from static electricity. Cool.